Hello, hello. I feel right on time today. Right on time, not fussing around. Except I don't know why I'm going to put my ruler away, but I'm going to do that. Hey, these are the first words I've uttered today, so yeah, we'll see what they are. Good morning. So check it out, you guys. Remember yesterday I was talking about my habit tracker? I'm happening. I'm tracking the habits. I'm habiting the tracks. So good to see you. While everybody kind of joins in, I see Erica, and I see Cat Mama, and I see Yil Suarez and Mary. Coffee and Chaos. Good morning. And at the opposite of coffee and chaos to me would be tea and calm. So welcome to Tea and Calm with Beth from Destination Decluttered. Huh? Erin, nice to see you. As you notice, I am raising my mug to you as I often do. There we go. Yeah, on a cold winter's morning, nothing's good like a cup of tea, a cup of anything warm, really. I am perpetually chilly. So happy Friday. Happy Friday. Laura Gibbon Voorhees, nice to see you. Laura offers, yesterday I gifted a pair of ice skates and brought a whole bin of stuff to the gem shop. I love that. Just think of how much fun that person who is going to use your skates is going to have. How awesome. I love it. Erica is also having her coffee too. Blonde Cheryl, good morning to you as well. And Camille and Carmen and Tracy and everybody who's kind of tuning in. Linda, I love the fact that folks knew that I was going to show up this morning at 8 a.m. That means that you're on the mailing list. That means that maybe some of you, and again, no pressure, just I'm excited about this. We're doing the decluttering parties tomorrow. And on Sunday and the following weekend. And yeah, so cool stuff. Good morning, Tracy. Good morning, Christina Glendale. Happy New Year to you, my dear. I will see you soon. I'm sure. I don't have my calendar in front of me. And I love this. Laura, who gave away the skates yesterday, says they were so appreciative and capital and. I love that. I had a nice convo with a neighbor in the free community page today. Those are things I will share with you. One of the tools in my own personal toolkit to have an awesome life would be what a friend of mine says, like her ta-da book. We say it goes from a to-do list to ta-da, like I did it. I'd be writing those things down in my book of good stuff. Had a nice conversation with neighbor. Donated skates, you know. Oh, I love it. Laura says, neighbor lives on my road and daughter likes to smell my flowers as they walk by my garden. Now, if Kara were here, because she tends to be my garden person, I would totally have her do that. But those small things, you guys, those small things yet meaningful things are the things in my mind that really bring depth, value, joy, meaning to your life. Big, grand gestures sometimes can, but oftentimes to me, big, grand things can be somewhat hollow or they never equate with the amount. But something as small as going out for a walk. I did this the other day because I'm trying to get out and do more walks even though it's cold. I ran into a neighbor, a woman, an older woman who was walking her dog, and she is one of the people in charge of our local, like, you from our town when Facebook page, and we had a really nice chat. And realizing that someday, if I'm lucky enough, I will be that old lady walking down the street and some young whippersnapper comes and hangs out with me. So, love it. Love it. There was something else that somebody did. These things, you guys probably can't tell, but when I get these things, they just keep scrolling by me. So I do my best to kind of capture those. I love it. Erica says, during Christmas, my bedroom got all cluttered up. I don't think you're alone in that. So yeah, Erica, our house is definitely more cluttered now than it has been, both for the gifts that came in and the stuff that we pushed aside to make room for the tree, things like that. But Erica says, I worked on cleaning up a small portion last night. Love it. Love it. Just a suggestion to you, Erica, and to everybody here. Now, you know you better than I do. You know your schedule. You know your energy level. You know how you're feeling. Well, I will say this. if you're not feeling well, if you're not feeling good, if you're not feeling okay, if you're not feeling kind of centered, as I kind of kidded, somebody says coffee and chaos and mine is tea and calm. If you're not feeling good, do something now before you even start to do anything else. Do something to help you feel better. Physically, spiritually, emotionally, all those like inside kind of feelings. Maybe it's breathing deeply. Maybe it is relaxing your muscles, softening. I saw a TikTok video, somebody was talking about softening. Breathing down, calming down, slowing down. That to me is, the more I coach, the more I realize that if you skip that step, what you do after that step is not as effective. If you want to start the day well, do something to make you feel good. Morning stretch, calming down, quieting down, writing down your thoughts, all sorts of things. But then I offer to you with this TikTok live that I'm doing, because it's 8:06 in the morning. For those of you who haven't met me, my name is Beth. I'm a decluttering life coach. My coaching is called Destination Decluttered. I'm going to be here for the next 54 minutes. And if you feel like it, notice, if you don't feel like it, you're not going to do something. But if you feel like it, maybe you could use some of this time that we're together this morning to get yourself doing some decluttering, some simple, kind of easing into the day, decluttering rather. We've been surface cluttering. Now we need to surface declutter. What would that look like? That might look like cleaning off a table surface. That might look like putting dishes away or putting dishes in the sink or something like that. Something having to do with laundry. Nothing that's really heavy lifting decision-wise, because I'm going to be chatting, and I at least know myself that it is difficult for me to hear myself think, as my mother would say, if somebody else is talking. So I need quiet to make decisions, but maybe it helps you to have somebody there with you while you're making decisions. Maybe it makes it easier for you to say, do I want this item or not? And if the answer is no, how's the easiest way I can get out of my house? Okay. I just realized there's 99 new messages, so I'm going to hop back into the comments, but I just offer to you, I'll be here for the next 53 minutes now, because time is always slipping into the future. Do something in these next 55 minutes to make yourself feel good, okay? You're going to set your day up for success that way. All right. Oops, now, this is what happens. It said 99 messages, and then I go to scroll it kind of in order, and then it zips all the way to the bottom. Okay, so here we go. I'm backing up. She's backing up. Okay, LG says, Christmas presents for the kiddos was so chaotic because the grandparents do not subscribe to decluttering. Okay, just because they don't doesn't mean, I will share this with you, the people in your life who add to your clutter, it may be an uncomfortable conversation, but now post-Christmas and maybe pre-birthday, it really will help you to communicate what you want. If you want less clutter in your home, maybe with love in your heart and understanding of where the grandparents are coming from, maybe you request for them that they don't give as many presents. Or maybe instead of presents, you guys all go in on like some sort of experience. Now, this may run counter to the way that they were raised, the way that they feel inside. And so it may be a struggle, but defining for yourself what you want is a wonderful thing. And communicating that with the people who can help you get there, or the people who are making it more difficult, is a really important step in that. Okay? And yes, Laura Voorhees says, Gibbon, small things are the big things. Ocean Nana, love to hear from you. Returns done. Bag of items to Savers. Waited in car for some returns so I wouldn't be tempted. Yeah, what a wonderful way to start the year. Good on you, lady. Love it. Okay. I love it. That one persona. Good morning. Made a decision last night. Decisions, you guys. This is all about decisions. To call my doom boxes decision boxes. Thought I'd share. Yeah. Now, here's a funny thing. Talk about how words can affect how we feel about something. Now, everybody knows, not everybody knows, but that word doom, If you don't know that that is a kind of a funny acronym, and I say funny because it's not really funny, haha, because it's more sad than true. That is an acronym used by a lot of people. ADHD, it's kind of in the lexicon there, and it stands for didn't organize, only moved. So this is like the bag of stuff or the box of stuff that you all pitch and ditch, as I used to call it. Put in a box or a bag or a container and shove it somewhere else to say I'll deal with it later. But notice that word doom that the acronym creates can make you feel a certain way, like you feel a sense of doom going into it. Well, the wonderful thing is in order for you to change what's in the bag, i.e. get it out, organize it, or categorize it and make decisions on it, you have to even grab the bag and open it and take something out. You need to start. If it makes it feel better to call it something else, by all means do it. A simple change of the words in your head from doom to decision can change the way you're feeling in your heart. Ooh, that feels good. Motorboat, motorboat, motorboat. Doom, ugh, heavy. I don't feel like dealing with it. Decision. That doesn't sound so bad. Maybe I can do this. Do not underestimate feeling good in your body and noticing the words you use to talk to yourself, because you talk to yourself all day. I do anyway, inside and outside. Spring cleaning is just around the corner. I can't wait for spring. I love it. I love it. Okay, now this is really fun too, and I would love for you to get as curious and as noticing about this as I do. Bits and Pieces is saying, really going to try and tackle the closet this weekend. I am so curious about so many people, excuse me, using the word tackle when they talk about decluttering. Notice even the difference in how it feels when I say I'm going to declutter, I'm going to tackle my closet, I'm going to declutter my closet. Tackle, heavy, bumping up, you're fighting against somebody, you're like a linebacker, I guess, you're knocking something over, you're beating it up. Now, if you want to do that, if that's your nature, by all means, if that word helps you get into that closet, do that. For me, that kind of aggressive language does not work. It gets me stopped instead of moving. I just suggest, notice when you say tackle and what else could you use? I like to say, I don't know, I'm going to go play with my toys. I'm going to go have a fashion show in the closet. I'm going to walk down memory lane. I am going to go declutter. A simple change of word can be a powerful way for you to look at what you're doing from a different angle and from a different feeling. So Bits and Pieces, totally do it. Totally do what you can. If tackling helps you, but you notice you're going to try and tackle it, I'll help you with this. How about this instead? I'm going to go play with my toys and I'm going to have fun. I'm going to go have fun in the closet by making decisions about what I want in my life and what I don't. Try that. See if that makes any difference and let me know. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, yo, Cat Roby. Those of you who tune into my TikTok lives, of which I have updated the schedule for the next 2 weeks. So if you know, you know. Cat Roby's here with her. And look, she's Roby and I'm in my robe. Hey, yo, the SBB, her scheduled Beth Blinders, is a nudge to face the papers and mail in the office. Nice thing is the rest of the house is tidy. Yes, you will notice that you will start at the places that feel simple to you. But as you tidy those, you're going to get closer and closer to the things that you're not too psyched about dealing with. Kat, let me share this with you. I am here to help you. So remember the other day when you were like, I'm stuck in the middle with you. I'm stuck. If you're stuck, we can help you, okay? Do not, everybody, Kat included, do not be afraid of paper. Even opening up mail can feel scary to know not what's in, like the indecision. What is it? Schrodinger's cat, Schrodinger's envelope. Opening up your mail. Practice that and notice each time you do it, was it really anything to be afraid of? Okay. So we're here with you, lady. Okay. And many people, I'm going to do I already said this, and I got to make sure my calendar is this, but I'm going to write it down because this is a good idea, says me. February declutter parties. Tax paperwork. Okay. Many people are freaked out and scared about taxes and paperwork. We're going to start early in February because by that time you should have had all your stuff together. I will walk you through this. I say this from somebody who used to literally sit on this floor right here and cry and beat myself up because I was such a hot mess with my paperwork. Now I have a really easy way to do it, and I want to help you with it. Okay, so just letting you guys know that. Okay, here we go. Yay! People are making these things. Okay, what do we got going on here? See, Wendy says, "Oh yeah, paper." Yeah, paper. See a lot of the hate. I see a lot of the hate. Paper is just paper. Okay, it really is. Yeah. Love it. Okay, what am I going to do here? Boop. Confirm. Boop. Aaron, I love that. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Okay. There we go. LG says, my stuff is spread out between my dad's house, my home, and my office. Goal of 2025, all in one home. I love it. I love it. Okay. Yeah, actually, I'm catching up on everybody trying to have me talk sporty. I am so not sporty, Spice. Okay. So, yes. Kat Roby, everybody, here, Kat. If you feel like you're going to be paralyzed, all right, notice what I'm doing. Unparalyze yourself. You got this. You can do it. It's no big deal. One of the things I think we are afraid of with paperwork, let me just riff here for a bit. Bad news. Bad news probably meaning, I'm just going to totally riff on what will go through my head. I see an envelope and it looks official. My first kind of primal thing is, oh shit, I may be in trouble. I may owe somebody money. I may be, I don't know, like it would be totally like I may be getting arrested or something bad. So it's kind of fun sometimes. Okay, so Kat, I offer this to you and everybody here, articulate what is it that you are afraid of finding in your mail? Because I will share with you. I have heard when people are going through their paperwork, I say mail, but I mean mail and paperwork, folks have found money. They have found gift cards. They have found checks. They have found letters from people that they had misplaced. They have found things that they were looking for. So if you go in thinking that all of it's going to be bad, that's going to get you not starting. But you're like, oh, what is this? And even if it is something bad, the sooner you know about it, the sooner you can deal with it. Okay? So what are you? Okay. So so we got some good stuff. Cheryl says, I tried to get in the mindset to clean every day of my vacation and I kept putting it off. You know why? Hun, destination decluttered, okay? You got a vacation. Vacationing is supposed to be to help you recover from whatever is draining you. So that is totally okay to not clean every day of your vacation. But notice what's working. I tried to get in the mindset of cleaning every day of my vacation and I kept putting it off. I would get really curious about what are the things you did to try to get yourself in the mindset. Because no offense, it didn't work, and that's okay. Notice what you did not get you the outcome you wanted. That means we can try something different. Okay? So, just notice what you did, and what you do may not be getting the result you want. It's like you're trying to do a recipe, but you're making it up on your own, and then you put it in the oven, and it comes out not how you want to taste it because you don't have a recipe. I have a recipe, and I'm not even a good cook. I'm an apathetic cook. I don't really care about it. But my recipe for decluttering is good and easy and fun and simple, and you can use it every day. Okay, so I can help you with that, Cheryl. Now, LG says you're afraid of hospital bills. Okay. You know, and here's me kind of talking to your logical brain. Okay. You know that if you are in the hospital, that bills may come. And I get this because if you have insurance in this effed up medical insurance thing of the way that the United States works, is you can go in for some sort of treatment somewhere and really not 100% know if it's covered or not, or how much they're going to charge you. So that surprise, that unpleasant surprise, I get that. But avoiding it can just allow it to compound. The sooner you open up a piece of mail, the sooner you can realize whether they have, it might be a delight. It may have been 100% covered. I went for a colonoscopy last month, and because of the insurance we have, it was covered. Other people I know, it's not. But if it wasn't, at least I would know a number. Numbers are powerful because numbers are something that do not change unless you want to change them. But they give you something to aim for, okay? So I say this in the sooner you know what's in the envelope, the sooner you can be like, oh, this is no big deal. You might be mad because it looks like it was a piece of junk mail that made it look official, and then you want to like flip the bird to that marketer and never use their stuff. It could be something like, oh, our bad. We overcharged you $20. Here's a coupon or, a check. It could be something that says, yeah, you owe us money. Okay. And notice, hospitals do payment plans. Says that one persona, right? So how about everybody today? Kat Roby, let's do this. We're a group effort here. Kat is going through her paperwork. Anybody get some mail that you could open along with her and just notice if there was anything interesting or bad in your mail? I already opened mine yesterday because I'm in the habit of doing that because I don't want a surprise. Sometimes, though, there are days where we bring in the mail and we put it down and I don't get to it till later in the day or maybe the next day. But, yeah. So, Kat Roby, you got to do this too, hon. So, open up an envelope. Anybody find something good in an envelope? Or in your paperwork, did anybody get something good in the mail recently? Holiday cards? Sure. But anything that looks like official, 8.5 by 11, what's that envelope size? Like the A3 envelope size, that official looking document type thing. Share if you got anything good in the mail. Or also, if you got anything you're not so psyched about, we can deal with it. Okay? Forewarned is forearmed. If you know about something early, you can do something about it. If you deny, if you delay, there may be late fees, and also you're going to have that heavy feeling of it weighing down on you. Okay, here's one. Thank you, Linda Mosier. Legal envelope, good one. Okay, so that one persona. So Kat, last week, that one persona got a check for $29 in the mail, oddly enough, from the hospital where I'd overpaid. Louise got cards and checks. Teresa got an unexpected check. So notice that just because it comes in the mail, and it comes in a legal envelope, doesn't mean it's actually anything bad, but you don't know until you open up the envelope. So why not just find out? Then that tension of what's in the envelope, I don't know, might be good, might be bad, all that kind of back and forth, creating tension, is dissolved because you know what it is. There we go. You guys, I don't make this shit up. Kat was afraid to open up her mail. She just said, you guys, everybody here, and when you watch this on a recording on YouTube, first thing I opened, check, that's me being like all caps, first thing I opened is a check for $570.74 for the close of real estate. Wasn't it silly to be afraid of opening envelopes? Look at what you did. Look at how brave you were, and look at how you got rewarded from it. There we go. How awesome is that? People are celebrating you. 80s girls got an unexpected check from a former employer. A class action lawsuit was settled, and extra Christmas money. See all the good things you might be getting just if you open up your mail. Okay? Lori was asking about how often do you keep a bank statement. Cat Mama says only keep the most recent. I personally highly suggest don't even get your statements. Go mobile. Go electronic. You can always download a PDF of that snapshot of time. But if you think about it, a statement is really just, hey, On these days, this was how much money you had in your account. By the time you get a bank statement in the mail, it may already be obsolete. You may have spent some money in your account, or you may have gained some money because of interest or deposits. The other thing too is, please, when you are able to access your bank info and your credit card info online, you can nip it in the bud if something untoward is happening with your money. I know this because I help my mom with her paperwork and her mail now, because I was at her house years ago. This was now 2 or 3 years ago, because for the last 3 or 4 years, I've been helping my aging mother with her clutter. And as I was sorting through her chaos of mail and papers, literally there was stuff from like the 70s mixed in with stuff from like last year. I came across her credit card statement. Now, I wasn't being nosy, but I looked and I was like, Mom, did you go to Puerto Rico last month? She's like, no. Somebody had gotten her credit card statement and purchased tickets. So I had to go through it. But she didn't know. She didn't know. And then she didn't even look at it because it was a month later. Okay? So I just encourage you this year, there are some really good things that can happen about even just accessing. You don't need to do online banking, but to access some of the information that you get via paper on the internet will save you clutter, and it will save you a lot of stress. Okay? So I love this. I love this. Laura says, encouraging people, this is something you might be able to do. I had a pile of empty boxes loitering on the kitchen floor. All right, you people, move it along, no loitering here. I finally broke them down into the recycling. Love it. All sorts of good stuff. Every little bit helps. And speaking of knocking down boxes. God, that sounded like my Boston accent just came out. Knocking down boxes, Johnny. Containers. You guys, containers. Okay? Containers sometimes are what your brain will suggest when you're trying to manage your clutter, deal with your clutter, verb your clutter, okay? Mad Lib style. I can almost guarantee that if you are struggling with clutter, one of the things you probably have too many of in your home is containers. Whether they are, that's a good Amazon box. We may be mailing something to somebody someday. Ooh, you know what? That's a nice, bubble wrap thing. You know what? That's a nice basket. Ooh, you know what I need? I need to get some trays to put my stuff in. I know this from firsthand experience, both as a person who likes containers, ta-da, but having too many containers can make having clutter more difficult. Okay, so Sconson says, yep, raising hand. I have 8 big empty Rubbermaid containers. Do I keep them? Do I need them? Ugh. How about this? Currently, you don't need them, because if you needed them, they would be in use. They would be filled with stuff. Here is something I want to offer to you guys, is having too many containers gives you too many decisions to make. Where do I put it? Do I put this in this place and that place and that? Look at this one. Look at that one. Do I put it in this container or that container or the other container? Decisions can be exhausting. You can help reduce the amount of decisions you make by reducing the amount of containers that you can put stuff in. Okay? There we go. Yeah, Laura says I saved them kind of temporarily. I saved a lot of boxes for mailing chocolates to family. Now that Christmas is gone, so are the extra boxes. Yes, there are wonderful ideas of where you can donate them. You can donate them, says Little Black Dog, to an animal shelter or a school, and they can use them for litter boxes. The other thing too, teachers always need boxes, okay? See, I don't know these things because we don't have a dog anymore or a cat, and I don't have a kid. But here's another thing too. Containers are also those reusable bags. If you have too many reusable bags, when you go to make donations, put your donations in those recyclable bags, reusable bags, and then donate the whole lot of it. Okay? You guys, again, I do not make this shit up. And Kat Roby Kat, remember her from just less than a half an hour ago, was afraid and paralyzed because she couldn't open up her mail? Live from Destination Declutter, Kat Roby is chiming in. Oh my God, another $901.18 check from a payoff and close of a real estate. I had no idea these were coming. So what is that, like $1,500 already? Kat, just think, if you had believed that you were frozen, if you hadn't done something to unfreeze yourself, to thaw yourself out, melt down, thaw yourself out of the freeze, you would be thinking that the mail was something to be afraid of. But no, you did something different. You quieted down, calmed down, you thawed down. You said, I can move my body. I'll just open up this mail, and boom, look at what happens when you do that. Now, I'm not saying that everybody's mail is going to turn into checks. It doesn't work that way. But even if it was something not good, you could get a handle on it. But instead, sometimes you can get really good stuff in the mail. How is that for a better thought than, oh my God, I'm afraid of what's in the envelope? Sometimes I get really good stuff in plain looking envelopes. Sometimes they make it plain because it's got money in it. You know? Yeah. And then, yes, and I will even offer this. So bopping around and getting back to containering. That one persona, you've got a tip. I'm going to augment this a little bit. When you are decluttering, use whatever containers you have in your house, even if that container is simply a pile. Do not go out and buy containers to help with decluttering. Make piles. Use what you have. Use a laundry basket. Use the surface of a table. Do not, please, go out and buy containers to help with decluttering. Containers are meant to store items. The items that you are going to store in your containers are the ones you have decided upon during the decluttering process. You have decided that you want to keep this many books, this many records, this many pieces of jewelry, this many vintage postcards, this many whatevers. Only after you declutter can you find the right sized container. And you may not need a container at all. Start free, start simple, start low and slow. Not say, oh, I got to go to the container store is already going chapter 11, people, because people have realized you don't need that many containers. Now, again, do you see me? Do you see my stuff is containerized? Yes. But I went through my stuff. I organized it into categories. Within that category, I made a decision of what I kept, and what I didn't. So, yeah, use whatever you have while you're decluttering. And then use some of those containers to help you when you are kind of donating that stuff. Okay? Yeah. Okay? Now. Ooh, I love this. We're talking about containers today, people. All right. So here we go. Yeah, Laura Gibbons Voorhees says, like, yeah, I want mail like that. You know? Little Black Dog offers, I teach music, and we started putting the violins in giant plastic storage containers. There we go. Okay, Little Black Dog, you can open mail. You just choose not to. You are afraid to open mail. So Little Black Dog, look at if moments ago, Kat was afraid to open her mail. She has now done it, and she's found some really good stuff. Why not use this wonderful, warm, supportive environment that we have right here to take a piece of mail and open it and say, I can open mail. I was just moments ago, I was afraid to. Fear is what keeps you stopping doing stuff. Fear, people. It's really the modus, that's the modus operandi, it's the wrong thing. It's really the main motivator between not doing stuff. You are afraid of something. Afraid of pain. Really. Pain can equal death, so I'm afraid of death. Something may be in the envelope that kills me. Okay? You are in the habit of thinking you can't. I can't open the mail. How about replacing that thought with, gosh, sometimes people get really good stuff in the mail. Maybe I will too. Okay? Yeah, Erica says, I decluttered some mail and I had a check for over $3,000 and it was legit. Okay. Okay. So Linda Meeks is saying, clutter keeps me stuck and holds energy I don't want to be in anymore. Awesome. When you have that moment of awareness of this is what clutter is doing to me and I don't want it anymore, then you can change. But you've got to do something to change. So Linda Meeks, one of the good things is you're listening to me here on Destination Decluttered TikTok Live. Couple of random things, okay? Talk about a supportive community environment about and encouraging you to do things with other people doing the same thing is tomorrow and the next day, Saturday and Sunday, and the following Saturday and Sunday. I'm doing what I've been calling decluttering parties. They are on Zoom. And they are only for the people on my mailing list. So Linda Meeks 93, are you on the mailing list? If not, maybe that's an action you can take to get you out of clutter. Anybody here, if you're not on my mailing list, you're going to hear me talking about it a lot because a lot of us are afraid of the unknown. If I knew that TikTok was not going away, I may not encourage you to get on my mailing list, or I may, because that's where the good stuff happens. I want to make sure that you're really interested in what I'm doing, so I'm not spamming you. And one of the ways you can tell me that you're interested in what I'm doing is by sharing your email address with me and saying it's okay to send me stuff. Now, I say that because people on the mailing list have gotten that invitations to get your tickets for these parties. Now, the parties are, there's tickets for them. I say tickets because it's a $20 kind of ticket fee. And I'm doing this because I also want you to get comfortable with spending a little bit of money, but getting something for what you're spending your money on. Also, I do that, I make it wicked easy too, because half of the proceeds from all of the ticket sales for any of these things are going to a local women's homeless shelter. Because if you are dealing with too much and clutter, you are on the fat cat side of that scenario. There are people who don't even have a home to put their clutter in. And so I want us to kind of recalibrate. While you're decreasing your clutter, you can help increase the quality of life for another woman on the planet who doesn't even have neither of us are feeling just right. Okay. So hop on the mailing list at destinationdecluttered.com. That's also where you get your habit tracker. I did a video about it yesterday. You can find out when I do my TikTok lives. I've recently updated the schedule for the next 2 weeks, so you can know when to show up for these free TikTok lives for as long as TikTok's around. And if TikTok isn't around, everybody on the mailing list will know where to meet me if TikTok goes black. Okay. So just a couple of things about signing up for the mailing list. Okay. Yeah, everybody has good intentions about buying containers. I love buying them with good intentions to use, but actually do. Okay, Kat Roby, you guys, I am not kidding you that I mean, Kat could totally be lying. I don't know, but she's not. Third envelope, third check, $1,500 unexpected rent from a friend we helped house since May. You know? Yeah, it's crazy. Kat, when people rewatch this Destination Decluttered TikTok live recording on YouTube, because it will get uploaded to YouTube today. And again, the people on the mailing list get to watch the January ones first. It's going to be almost comical when you hear you being so afraid of opening your mail. And now you are like a thousandaire. You are so much richer than you ever thought. And you were richer all along. You just didn't know it because you were afraid to open up the envelope. Weed War What says, thoughts on storage units. I think they are temporarily beneficial. But long term, I think somebody's making money off of you, your fear of making decisions. And I say F that. Yeah, I would love it to there is a time and a place where you temporarily might need to put things. But after a certain amount of time, they're just making money off of your fear of making decisions. And I call bullshit on that. I call bullshit on that because I'm here to help you make decisions. I want you to get used to that it's okay to make decisions. Don't be a scaredy cat. I grew up a scaredy cat. I feel so much better now that I make decisions. Yeah. Yep, I did that, and now I don't know what to do with my new containers. Yeah, see, don't buy the containers. Don't buy the containers. Yeah, 33 million K. All my containers, baskets, makeup holders are now in the laundry room because they took up too much room in the drawers. Yes, because you really don't need as much as you think you do. Container sellers are going to suggest that you need to hyper organize your stuff. It's funny because I don't see these on my TikTok a lot, but in my previous, because I've been doing TikTok lives, you guys, for almost 2 years now. Crazy to realize that. When I started doing them, there was all this kind of putting your stuff into the clear containers. I don't see that anymore. You know that there's going to be Goodwills and things filled with clear containers. Okay. Now, yeah, it doesn't always happen to get this money, but want to keep this energy and keep it current. Paper habit. Yes. Do not, please, you guys, do not be afraid of paperwork. Fear keeps you stopping from learning how to deal with it, what to do with it. If you're afraid, you don't look. I know this. I was like that. I still get that fear of the registry, as my mother would call it. Like, oh my God, there's something bad. My 83-year-old mother is the same way. So is it any surprise that she taught us to be fearful of things? She was taught to be fearful from her parents. Talk about generational trauma. I am here to help you stop that. To say sometimes there's really good things in plain envelopes, okay? And even if it is something that's not so good, when you're aware of it, you have the ability to make a plan for it, okay? Now, here's an interesting thing. Vicky is saying, I love that shelf behind you. Things are out in the open. Yeah, but guess what? These are the decorative outer layers of stuff that's stored inside. There are things stored inside of these things. And thank you. Yes, I enjoy the look of this vintage stuff too. But I will share with you, if I were to do this room all over again, I may not have this big storage unit in it. Because if you think about it, this IKEA unit has what, 25 blocks? In order for it to not look weird and empty and kind of gap-toothed, I kind of am required to put something in each one of these spaces. But if I didn't have the spaces, I probably wouldn't have as much of this stuff. So this is where I say bookshelves, I say built-ins, cabinets. Sometimes having too much storage can be as overwhelming as not having enough. Okay. Yep. Oops. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I got some beautiful baskets from Goodwill. Yes, they are beautiful. Am I using them? No. So what are you going to do with them? I love to kind of throw things back in circulation. I thought I was going to use them, but I'm not. Maybe somebody else will. I'm going to give it back to the Goodwill. I have done so much donating. I don't even go into the front door of the Goodwill anymore. I used to donate in the back and then come back in and replenish, but I don't even want to do that anymore because I'm good with what I have, you know? Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm backing up. Okay. So here's the thing. Shame. Yeah. Shame. Shame is an unhelpful feeling. How about this? We are flawed human beings. We will mess up. We have messed up in the past. We may mess up today. And yes, we are going to mess up in the future. Here, I absolve you from your shame. No more guilt, no more shame. Look at me, I'm playing like I'm the Pope or something. Okay, Little Black Dog is saying, I just now opened something a friend sent me in 2022, and I'm so ashamed that I never opened it. No, actually, you just did open it, silly. You just opened it. Now, you can have a laugh with your friend. Oh my God, you'll never believe what I just finally opened, that thing you sent me from 2022. Share it. Getting it out in the open. You know how they talk about shame and guilt keep things in the dark and they allow people to manipulate you? Getting things out into the sunshine, into the bright light, and you can laugh at it if you don't feel ashamed. If you're like, whoops, look at me. Could you share that silly story with your friend, Little Black Dog? Okay? Yeah. And somebody had asked, yes, about the Destination Decluttered, the decluttering parties. Saturday, tomorrow. So today is what? Friday, January 3rd. Saturday, January 4th. Sunday, January 5th. They both basically start at noontime, but then on Sunday, I'm actually doing a bonus early half hour to get you, to help you kind of roadmap your month, your year, since it's the beginning of the year. If you want, if you're on the mailing list, you got some emails about it. I'll send another one to everybody after today. After everybody signs up for today. If you want to get on the mailing list, destinationdecluttered.com, sign up and you'll make sure to get the invites, okay? And it's wicked fun. Okay, Christina, I hope you heard that. DestinationDecluttered.com is my website. When you go onto the website, just scroll down to the bottom of the homepage and put in your email address. I see some people have been signing up, so I know it works. And yeah, and as soon as you do that, you get an automatic email. Actually, in that automatic welcome email is a link to a page that has all this good information in it. Okay? Now, okay, and Erica, again, kind of like somebody said, shame and guilt. No, we don't do that here. They're off to this side. We're pushing them back into the past. Today, in the future, or today, right here in the present, we're not doing that anymore. Do not feel guilty. Do not feel ashamed. Do not feel dirty and ashamed, okay? So, we're not going to do that. Learn from what you did that didn't make you feel good. Do something different the next time, okay? Now, here's the thing. Erica, I know you may feel like you're doing a good thing, but notice how it might feel to your wife. So Erica's saying, I always tell my wife she can't make a decision to save her own life. That's not really encouraging. That's kind of mean, don't you think? It may be true, but no, she could make a decision that would save her life. I just offer to you guys that I have found that the more mean I am to other people and myself, the less happy I feel. You might be frustrated with her because she can't make a decision. I mean, my husband vacillates, and so I try to encourage him to make a decision. It is a skill. It is something that we are afraid of making the wrong decision, so we don't make any decision at all. Okay? So notice fear. Fear, guilt, shame, they're so 2024. We are not doing that here on Destination Decluttered this year. Okay? We're going to put up the traffic cop hand. We're going to scoot that back there and say, now we're going to be curious. We're going to be compassionate. We're going to be fun-loving. We're going to have fun. We're going to be silly. We're going to make light of things. We're going to learn all sorts of fun stuff. Yeah. So Jelly Bee, I just updated the calendar. Now, I'm a morning person, but you'll know when I do it, okay? Oh, yeah, Erica, and I know that you mean kind of in life in general, but I'm just saying making decisions is a skill. It is a life skill. Do I want to say hi to this person or not say hi? Do I want to cross the road here? Do I want to cross the road here? Do I want to buy this at the store or buy this at the store? Do I want to buy this at the... Again, I'm thinking like wear this clothes or wear that clothes. Decisions happen all the time. But when you say to yourself, I have a hard time making decisions, you stop trying to do it. What I encourage you is to make decisions all over the place. Learn from them. The ones that get you the way you want, do more of it. Aw, gee, Schnauzer's sick, you guys. Here, let me hand you a tissue. Here, blow your nose. Sorry to hear that, hon. Take care of yourself. Look at this. You guys, Kat Roby got mail pile 1 down. She's now 1,000 air, and she's got 1 to go, and we've got 13 minutes for her to do it. Okay? Rock on. Rock on. Okay? Yeah. And WV Kimchi says lack mentality makes us think we need to hold on to things unnecessarily. Yes, however, lack mentality is a real thing. You can't, like, if your body feels like it's in lack, it's going to hold on to stuff. You notice my hand just went clenchy. Like, you can't take that away from me. That's mine. Ever feel that way when somebody tried to take something, you wanted it, and you grabbed it? Your body is reacting to that fear of not having it. Fear is a real feeling. I say, notice the fear. Try to unravel where it came from. Have compassion for the fearful part of you that is afraid of not having something. Understand where it came from and decide if that fear is still applicable in the year 2025. Slowing down. Remember when I was talking about low and slow? One of the things we're going to do is we slow down this process so you can see what really is going on. Okay? And it is a lack mentality, but it is also a feeling of lack. It's not just in your head, it's in your body and your heart. So when you realize that that's how you're reacting to something, then you can say, wait a minute. I know you never had snacks as a kid. No, you did have snacks as a kid, but not as often as you would like. But you can get snacks anytime you want. Do you really need to gobble down those cookies as soon as they come in? Now, sometimes for me, the answer is yes, because I have complicated feelings about snacks and weight loss and all that stuff. However, when I calm myself down and quiet myself down, I can say, you know what? I don't need to eat them all today. Maybe I'll practice doing something different. Okay? So Devery Matthews is saying, craft supplies are my biggest struggle with clutter. Okay. Interesting thing is, I think it's great that people are you playing with your toys? Are you making the crafts? Do you still enjoy making the crafts that you did in the past? Or have you changed? You are allowed to change, you guys. Just so you know, the things that made you happy in the past aren't necessarily guaranteed to bring you that same feeling of happiness in the future. Sometimes they do. So do not discourage that. But also, are you using those ingredients for your crafts? Sorry, I'm stumbling on my words today. Okay. Yeah. Aw, LG. I don't mean to make you cry. Here's a tissue for you as well. Jermaine, hand me a tissue. Yeah. Everything, whenever anybody sees, just to be very clear, because Farm Girl says noon Eastern, yes, all of the time zones that I talk about is just one. I will always refer to things in the Eastern time zone because that's where I am. I know that there are people here from multiple time zones, so it would screw things up if I tried to talk in all different them. Yes. Okay. So, yeah. LG, getting rid of guilt is such a wondrous thing. It can make us feel like a balloon. Yeah, notice guilt can weigh you down. When you let go of that guilt, you feel a little bit lighter. A little bit more like you can breathe. You're kind of bopping around like a balloon. This is kind of fun, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Nurse Mama. Yeah, sometimes I get sad because purses don't make me as happy as they used to. Yes, Jermaine, hand me a tissue. Yeah. I will offer to you, that can be a bittersweet thing to realize that was something in the past that made you happy and it's just not doing it for you anymore. I used to really enjoy thrifting. I really did. I used to make maps with thrift stores all over them. Now it doesn't do it for me anymore. And it does feel kind of like, oh, that's a chapter in my life that's past. Something that brought me joy doesn't bring me the joy. But you know what? That's okay. There are going to be things that bring you joy that you don't even know about yet. Okay? All right? There we go. Damn it, Donna says comfortable shoes make me happy. Sunshine on my shoulder makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can be like, oh my God, that's so freaking bright. And they do make me cry because I get out into the sun and the stuff in my eyes just naturally cheer. Now, I love this. Adrian says, my resolution, I'm resolved, I have a resolution, is scheduling time for my hobbies. You've inspired me to clear off the space needed. Yeah. Now, user 4869, how to declutter pictures in old movies. I don't want to say wicked easy. That one is a process. That is sentimental clutter. I would say this initially, get them all in one place. That's what I've got. I've got my stuff. That's one of the things I'm going to be working on this next month with doing these decluttering parties. So I'd say get them all in one place. I would also then divide them up maybe into pictures with people in them and pictures without people in them, because we all take pictures of sunsets, but they never look as good as the sunset. So you may be able to easily declutter the ones that were just landscapes. With the pictures of people that are in them, because this is what I'm going through, do I know who these people are? Now, I'm looking at two gigantic old-timey photo albums right here. Actually, it's funny because they're right here. I'll show you one. Talk about back in the day. Look at this. A cousin of mine. I had never seen this until a few months ago. Oh, this is so funny. See all these people? I have no idea who any of them are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I don't even know, some of these people. Whoa. Label your photos, people. Label them. Because this is the deal. These could be people I'm related to. Some of them are, but they could also be, you know how you save, I just did this the other day with my friends, those little minis that we used to get in high school and junior high, your little ones that you gave to your friends. Those could also just be friends. But if you don't label them, if you don't know who they are, find out who they are. Are there somebody related to? Or are they friends? Label your photos, okay? And that's about as far as I've gotten. This week, when I'm gonna probably open that up, I'm gonna see if there's anything written on the back. Probably not. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to categorize them. These are all the pictures of this person. These are all the pictures. I'm going to take them out of those catalogs or whatever you call them, photo albums though, because they're big and heavy and cumbersome. Okay. But that is a journey. Okay. That is a whole TikTok live. All right. So there we go. Nicole says you came up on my feed getting ready for work. So encouraging. Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, we got a handful. Yeah, Linda Moser here. My husband and I used to frequent yard sales. So did my husband and me. Used to collect carnival gas. Chapter closed. Yeah, but when you close that chapter, something else is going to open. And maybe it's just you don't feel like acquiring any more stuff. I still don't mind and sometimes enjoy looking at a curated vintage shop like nobody's business. I no longer find joy in picking through stuff. You know why? Because I am good with the amount of stuff I have, the quality and quantity of things that I have. And I know what it feels like to have too much. So even when I go out to look at stuff, I'll always be open to a really cool thing. I will be open to it, but then I say, do I have space for it? Where would I put it if I brought it home? Same thing with artwork. Okay. But I ask myself these questions before I buy something and not say, oh, I'm going to get it because it's such a deal and I'll find home for it later. Yeah. Nurse Mom says I've been turning into a bird woman lately. Yes. Watching the birds. My friends are doing the bird watching, you know? All right, Ellen, good to see you. Yeah. And you have stumbled on gold. Well, a couple of things. Let me give you this because I feel like I'm often kind of veering into like the practicality of this. But again, for the new people, especially I'm thinking new people, beginning of the year, you're like New Year's resolutions, and I'm going to do this. My name is Beth, here on TikTok and other places on the internet, Destination Decluttered. Because I like to think of decluttering as a fun road trip, not an arduous commute. I show up and I do TikTok lives quite often. I will not be doing any this weekend. If I do them on weekends, they're kind of special pop-ups. This weekend, for people on the mailing list, we are doing 2 decluttering parties. I am wicked psyched about that. If you want to be invited to the parties, if you want to know when I'm doing my TikTok lives, if you want to have first dibs on when you can watch the recordings of these TikTok lives. And actually, Kat Roby, before you sign off, if you haven't signed off already, let us know the grand total of money that you found in your mail that you were earlier afraid to open up, okay? So if you want to get on the mailing list and do all that stuff, wicked easy. Very low stakes here. Go to my go to my website, destinationdecluttered.com. Sign up for the mailing list. There is a form at the bottom of the homepage. Just put your email address in there, hit submit. You should get a thank you page, and then if all is working well, you will get an automatic welcome email. That welcome email has a link in it that you can click the link and go to a secret hidden page that has all the information of everything I just talked to you about, okay? So that's for the new people, old people. I don't mean it like that. Regular folks, you know how that goes, but also repetition. Repetition helps, okay? So there we go. Yeah, I am West Coast. It's early, so I'm in PJs often because of health issues. I'm in PJs often all the time because they're comfortable. No judgment, no shame, no judgment here. No shame, no judgment, no guilt. Not a single luxury, okay? So Tammy Sue says, thank you so much for today. You're welcome. I'm going to do this next week and the week after, but then I'm going traveling, you guys. You can notice on my habit tracker. Look, I even started doing some of my habits. Do I have potholes? I've got potholes, but I'm going to get better at it. But these are the 2 times that I'm totally going to be out of my house. So I'm not going to hold myself to that same expectation. But those are also days that I probably won't be doing a TikTok live. Okay. So yay. Erin says the best way to start the day. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. We got 2 minutes. Okay. So if you got to go, you got to go. I'm going to prep. I've got a day of coaching, which I love. I do one-on-one coaching. There we go. I love it. User 4867 says 1967 here, and I get all your funny references. Nice to meet you, 67. I'm 66. I'm a Gen X life coach, and this is just how my brain works, because I watched a wicked lot of TV growing up and a lot of reruns and a lot of commercials. You can do this, okay? You can do this. There we go. 1963, we got our people here. Off to work I go. So yeah, whistle while you work. Hitler was a jerk. Mussolini bit his weenie. No, it doesn't work. That's from my mother. What can I say? Okay, you guys, I got to scoot. Kat Roby is a thousandaire. Earlier today, she was afraid of opening her mail, but with encouragement and camaraderie, she did it, and now she's rich. Okay, you have the same available to you. Here we are. Beth, Destination Decluttered. I will see you next time on The Muppet Show, okay?